Well, I figured I'd do a fifth one, so here we are. Um, we got a article here out of zerohedge.com entitled U.S. Adults Spend Crushing Amount of Cash Playing Video Games. So, what kind of comes to mind, we all blow time, we waste time, we don't always utilize it the best. But we also want kind of um, to contrast work. We also kind of want a refuge and wind down time and entertainment time. And um, it seems like the video game industry is still booming, it sounds like. American adults spend enormous amounts of money playing video games, mostly on smartphones. Interesting. And at a rapidly increasing pace, according to Reuters. Reuters. um, According to annual research from the Entertainment Software Association, over 164 million U.S. adults play video games, a figure that's 20% more than a year ago and over 85% more than in 2015. That doesn't even sound right. 85% more than 2015? That just does not sound right. That is a crazy boom if that's actually the case. Wow. Wow. um, but I'm kind of reminded of the early settlers. They became concerned that they would eventually drift uh, towards um, everything pertaining to the new world. Um, the the money they could make, the items they could make, um, and that they would be turned away from God. That was kind of some of the concerns of the early settlers as things progressed, that they would be turned to all this different stuff. So that's kind of a little bit of my concern here. I can understand um, some wind down time, but it can get addictiony. So you gotta be careful and limit yourself. You gotta limit yourself and be careful. Um, and obviously, it's not the best uh, area to toss a ton of your time. Uh, Not when you could be um, spending time with friends, family, um, or building or creating something, reading, writing. There's better alternatives, but I can understand wanting to wind down. A staggering 43.4 billion spent in 2018 was mostly on content as opposed to hardware and accessories. Of pay-to-play games, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, and NBA 2K19 took the top spots for most units sold, but the list did not include free games such as Fortnite. 43.4 billion on content. So I'm curious if that it pertains to the microtransactions, which I find to just be really frustrating myself. I say dish out the full game and have that be that. I'm kind of just sick and disgusted for years about all this microtransaction, um, tiny amounts of content. I kind of just want a main game and have it just be full. Have it be a full main game and just have it be it. All right? Not have infinite little other things to buy along with it. It just seems like a mess at that point. So, games are striking an important chord with American culture, said Stanley Pierre Lewis, ESA's acting president and chief executive officer. That's what makes it the leading form of entertainment today. Nearly 65% of U.S. adults, or more than 164 million people, play games. The most popular genre is casual games, with 60% of players gaming on their smartphones, though about half also play on personal computers and specialized consoles. Interesting. And then it gets into females playing as well, not just males, and all sorts of stuff. Looks like elderly as well, so different age groups. So yeah, that's kind of it. Video games booming. So it tells you people are valuing such more and more, although it doesn't say quantity of time necessarily, so it doesn't necessarily equate, but still, if more are delving into it, more are valuing it. So we just have to keep our values in the right place, because video games can be distracting from more important things. Okay, so that's another concern. Video games may be a distraction from more important things. You know, if you think about different times throughout history, if people were playing video games, then they'd be totally blindsided as to the important things going on. So that's a concern for me. Video games are not the top ordeal. They should not be the top thing in people's day or week or month or anything like that. It should be limited, and you should value the more important things more than the video games. So that's my case with it. The early settlers were becoming concerned that we would eventually move away from what's important and get distracted, and our values getting messed up, caring about the money, the materialism, all the things we could make. And that might be becoming true. Our values and priorities might be out of whack a bit. Who knows? So let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and subscribe for the average Joe to become the media. So take care. So I'll see you up ahead.